What's going on, Scorpio? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a dope week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Scorpio. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's your general energy weekly spread. Oh, that one was a little weird there, Scorpio. I'm reining that in. I was like, maybe if I get more ridiculous with it, it's not working. So, nature my problem. But back to you. Because with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, Scorpio, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Scorpio. So I'm going to be pulling a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll be getting some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case of you who are curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some readers that I also like checking out there, Scorpio. So if you're looking for maybe a different flavor, you know, this one woman I've been watching, she has a real chill vibe. So just like if you want to kind of, because, you know, sometimes I'm not going to bring a lot of that sunshine. Sometimes, you know, that Leo energy comes through. But check that out, Scorpio. Go show them some love. But let's see. Oh, and Scorpio, dang, come into your energy. Because you got the one of your cards, seventh card of Scorpio, which is a universe card. What you gonna manifest, Scorpio? What you bringing into being? Because I love this. This is a card of source, infinite, unending, enduring, eternal, creation, awakening, interconnected, heaven, higher perspective, the big picture. All that is creative force and law of one. And you know, Scorpio, I think you are in a place of considering that Jupiter, you know, planet of abundance, expansion, higher learning, is forming a, you know, he's in Taurus and it's going to be next in Taurus, or in Taurus for the next year. And so there, I feel like there are going to be a lot of situations where you got a lot of relationships, or either not a lot, but you're going to have maybe some relationships, you know, whether with people, or you're going to have certain situations that are going to potentially challenge you. But I feel like it's all going to be in that purpose of bringing you the bigger picture. You know, it may not make sense in that moment, you know, maybe feeling like it's just been kind of eating it for a little bit. But then I feel like when we do get towards at the end of the cycle, and we get to that place where we kind of look back and look at the things that have happened up till now. And maybe even, you know, however you process it, maybe we kind of just like send it love and light. Maybe we got to laugh it off. But there's a moment where I feel like that it goes from being just real heavy all the time, you know, to where that resilience, you know, that build up, or that, when it becomes, it's almost like when you first start like working out, you know, at first it can feel like, you know, you go to lift 10 pounds and just like, oh my gosh, like what is going down? And then, you know, year down the line, you're over here just knocking out 50s like ain't nobody's business. That type of feeling I feel like is going on for you, Scorpio. But it's almost just like, I feel like it's going to be one of those things. It's like an awakening that we're going to. Some crossroads I feel like are going to be coming up, Scorpio, where it's just going to be like, do we want to, I'm almost getting like an easy way or a hard way type of going. I feel like, you know, it's not going to be where both are going to have the rewards, but it's just like with any sort of like video game, for example, you know, usually when you do like an easy mode where sure it's fun, it's, you know, get all the general rewards, but when you crank up the difficulty level, sure the challenges are man, but the rewards are the universe. And it's almost like I feel like the energies are almost, especially with this Jupiter energy going on for the next year, I feel like it's giving you a chance to really think about how you do want to expand, you know, in what ways do you want to grow, and this can be where it could feel like a tough time at first. I feel like we can kind of learn to ride the waves and just kind of really feel this thing intuitively, Scorpio. Like it's interesting because, you know, I feel like it's going to be a very interesting time for the water signs with Saturn going, Saturn just being in Pisces in general, and then you got I think really with this Neptune retrograde, I think this is going to be an interesting time for the water signs in a sort of spiritual aspect. But let's get some tarot on this. Let's see what we got here, Scorpio. Oh, all right. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Emperor, and the Six of Pentacles. And very interesting, Scorpio. You know, I do feel that maybe for some of us, we may be at this place where we might be in our head about as far as like, where do we want to go next? You know, I feel like it's like Two of Swords. It's like where we get into this energy of where we may be like, we're second guessing ourselves sometimes. It's like we know, like we've talked ourselves into one thing, you know, we get ourselves kind of built up for that, but it's just like, well, I mean, that's cool and all, but I wonder if I were to do this instead, blah, blah, blah. And then we can get into ourselves where we stay kind of stagnant. You know what I mean? When we get into that type of energy, that's kind of what it feels like. That's maybe for some of us is going down. It's just that we may be overthinking something. It may be time to just like, and I don't feel like whatever this, let's say, for example, if this was like, maybe we've been thinking about changing jobs, you know, where I would never tell you to quit your job, Scorpio. Maybe what we could do is maybe start by just updating the resume, you know, like just like baby steps, you know, start there, updating the resume. And then maybe let's maybe like 1 week, you know, we'll apply to maybe like 2 places, a week or something, or even just 1 place a week, and just like increase along those lines, you know, just seeing how maybe a certain situation, you know, if it feels like it's not playing out the way that you anticipated, you know, you've been pouring this energy and nothing's been coming back, you feel like you've just kind of plateaued, then I do feel like then it's time to let's reestablish this foundation here. I feel like with the Emperor popping up here, because you know, with Aries, you and Aries are both ruled by Mars, and then you get you're a little something special, Scorpio, because you like with a few of the other signs, you got 2 rulers. I know some people like to look at it, you know, as like Mars being, you know, the traditional ruler, or Pluto, but I think you're dope enough to have 2 there, Scorpio, because the energy that you bring is important. And yeah, it just seems here that maybe there's something that has been, it feels like that if things have maybe gotten in a rut, or that you just feel like that the energies have slowed down and you've been just kind of been debating about like, should I make this move? Because it's not like, I don't even feel like maybe for some of us, it doesn't even feel like it's necessarily like something that you're hating a situation. Let's go back to the job thing. It's not that you don't like your job, but it's just like, it feels like that there's nothing else that we can get out of it. And it's where, yeah, we could stay on that and it'd be just kind of smooth sailing, comfortable. I say, Scorpio, since you got that thing on lock, again, just channel a little energy into this thing, to this other thing. And I'm not saying a lot, just flirt with it a little bit. See where that goes. See what other universes. Let your universe expand a little more, because I get wanting to be maybe like, for example, if this is a job, maybe staying loyal to a place. I do understand that. But the thing is, they're not loyal to you, because there was, I just actually was talking with someone not too long ago. I mean, doing great work at what they were doing, but then, you know, they're with the times that are how things are changing, you know, they had to end up laying them off. And And again, that's not like I'm feeling like we're going to be losing jobs or anything along those lines, but it's just like there is change happening. So I feel like why not jump into, you know, if something, if your intuition, because it's Scorpio, your intuition is strong. If something is, even if it's just like an inkling, you know, just again, see where that goes. You know, this feels like, you know, like it's almost like we're, like a transition is wanting to be made here. I'm not really getting like necessarily like relationship vibes. Like could be something maybe with the Four of Wands, but I would say in that case, I would feel, all right, let's talk relationship for a second, Scorpio. Because if this is a relationship, and I guess if you feel kind of the same thing, like if there's something where if things that feel like they stagnated, maybe there's not any like passion with this Emperor energy being here, maybe things have just kind of slowed down, you just kind of gotten comfortable with each other. And I feel like, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it's nice to have a little fun, a little spice in there. So this could be something where maybe we just have a conversation with the person. It's just like, hey, you know, it's been a while since we've gone out on just like a date, just the two of us, as opposed to just like maybe we do just dinner at home, or maybe even if we go out, maybe we go to like the same old spots. Switch it up a little bit. Maybe get dressed up for the occasion. It don't got to be anything special going down. It could just be Wednesday. So why not? But I feel like that maybe if we're thinking that, give that a try. But if we still feel like that there's maybe no kind of give or take, or that there's still something that's missing, then again, another type of conversation needs to be had. Dope. I'm with that, Scorpio. Strong start here. Let's get some tea and let's get some more on it. Thank you. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what we got. Nice. Abundance. I'm with it. You got the 8th card of Virgos here, which is the Grapes card. And with this is a card of abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulged, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Interesting. So the one that really kind of pops out to me, Scorpio, here is the enjoy the fruits of your labor. And maybe there's something here where maybe we've been so focused on the creation of it's almost like, for example, like if we were to finish like let's say like a music album, for example, we just release it, we're dropping this thing, and it's like we don't even give it like a proper celebration. It's just sort of like all right, that's done, what's next? You know, that's where I feel like that with this energy, that maybe if some of us, and it's not to say that you don't appreciate things, Scorpio, but it's just like maybe appreciating these moments a little bit more, you know, like it's like maybe for some, like maybe we're thinking like that in order for, let's say if we have like a family, for example, and it's like in order for our family to be happy, we have to put in all this work so that they can be taken care of. And yeah, that's dope, but while they're over here being taken care of, you're out here hustling and you're not enjoying this with them. And I'm sure they would want to enjoy this with you too. You know, and this could maybe be, because maybe this is something where this is what was done for us possibly. And maybe this is something where it's like I'm getting like a little percentage of that. That's interesting energy that's coming through there. But like maybe there's something that like we had like a parent, maybe like an emperor type, you know, it's, you know, not a gender specific reading. So it could be, you know, however this might be looking. But that's the kind of energy that I'm getting, Scorpio. It's just like that we figure if we provide this thing for this other person, maybe this could be like in a relationship or in a family or something, but it seems like that we're away from the home space maybe then and not really just like working all the, it's like you're picking up overtime and things or something along those lines, even just thinking with this Taurus energy. But overworking, but it's just like we're just going to sleep. You've got this big house and things, and it's literally just like an Airbnb. You're just going there to crash and then going back out there again. Like, very interesting energy there. Let's get some tarot on that. All right, Scorpio, let's see what we have here. Interesting. So you have the Hermit, the Seven of Swords here, and then the Page of Cups. And with the Hermit, because this is Virgo energy, and I feel like with the Hermit, this almost feels like that maybe for some, it's like we've gotten in this routine, I feel like, of just like the overworking part of this. I feel like we're so focused on like the day-to-day stuff, but I feel like we're not able to, or not making enough time or moments to enjoy what this stability is creating, or what your abundance, it's or it can even feel like that. Let me get a little bit more on this Hermit, Scorpio. Because this could even be like just thinking with the Hermit, maybe we've been working, even if like we work from home, maybe even, for example, maybe if we're not in a relationship, this could be like where we've been just sort of like cooped up in the house possibly. And, it's just like we're fighting, like, it's just like, they're like, maybe like financially, for example, we're feeling secure, but it's just like, is our social life where we want it to be? Or, yeah, and interesting, okay. All right. Okay, so we got the Chariot here. Interesting. Yeah. So you got the Chariot, the Star, and the Five of Pentacles to clarify the Hermit. And it does, like, yeah. Because when you think about the Star, this is Aquarius energy. And the Chariot is Cancer. And there's something, Cancer is associated with the home. And I feel like that maybe there's, for some of us, like I was talking, maybe we've been kind of just cooped up inside, or just so involved with the day-to-day grind that we're missing out on this connection with others. We're not appreciating our victory. There's no kind of, and I'm not sure if there's, because the Five of Pentacles, this is Mercury in Taurus. And I feel like that is, maybe there's something here that is just like where there was a thought, or maybe like a thought, or like some sort of pattern. I feel like that it pertains to some aspect of security, I feel like, Scorpio. And there's some healing that may need to be done there. Like, just because the Star card can also be a card of healing. And this may be something where maybe for some of us, just if we haven't been out in a while, like just like gotten out, maybe like just like go for a drive, or maybe go to like a park, or maybe hang out with some friends. Or this could even be just like even like setting up like a Zoom call. Let's say maybe if our friends are maybe kind of scattered, this could be something, maybe setting up something like that. We all get like maybe all getting some wine or our beverage of choice, and getting together, getting caught up, maybe playing some, I don't know, you can get a little creative there. But yeah, very interesting energy there, Scorpio. That's yeah, and I just feel like making sure that we're enjoying the the fruits of our labor or our abundance or something interesting. That's very interesting, Scorpio. I hope that made sense. Let's get one more oracle on the mix. Ooh. All right. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, so you have the 5th card of Libras here, which is the book burning card. And with this card, this is a card of censorship, silencing, control, discord, canceled, perspective, suffocate, destroyed heritage, limiting freedom, constraint, rewrite history, mind games, and changing the narrative. There's a lot here, Scorpio, because a lot of the stuff that was kind of popping out to me, the censorship and the discord, I almost feel like that some of us maybe feel like there's like this energy of like that we can't like fully relax, that maybe even when we're in the state of it's almost like that if there's something that breaks our routine or something along those lines, Scorpio, then it really may just kind of throw this, there's a funk here that's happening, you know, that really kind of throws us out of whack possibly. And yeah, it's this very limiting energy here, Scorpio, and I feel that there's maybe, yeah, it's like we've gotten into this mindset that we've believed this thing that if we allow maybe like ourselves, this could be maybe even for like maybe a relationship to like maybe get comfortable in something, or because the 7 of Swords can be like a card of deception and trickery. But I feel like it's like some of the stuff that we may be telling ourselves that like something happened maybe, or let me get some tarot on this, Scorpio. Interesting. Okay, so the 5, so we got the 4 of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Cups here. And it feels like this is what the energy kind of feels like, Scorpio. It's just like it's like this. It's almost like it's like you've gotten this fulfillment, or maybe this thing that we may have told ourselves is fulfilling us, but we're still, it's like maybe we don't, it's not that you don't appreciate it, but it's just like maybe it wasn't as, let me get a little bit more on this 4 of Cups here, Scorpio, because it feels like that's maybe for some others here, some other energies coming through of like a, you know, we've been told that this would, like, once we reach this certain level of maybe abundance or something along those lines, that we would have this, we would still feel fulfilled, but it's like it seems like that this is not like what we were expecting, or just like we thought there would be more, like more to it or something, like there'd be like a clear line or like a clear distinction of like, oh, I've made it, or like, oh, this is what my universe looks like, or and maybe that idea, I feel like maybe for some there's even like maybe that idea is starting to, we're really having some thoughts about it here, Scorpio. Let's get some, let me clarify this 4 of Cups. Interesting. So you got the Four of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords and then the Knight of Swords. Huh. And it's like it seems like Scorpio with this energy, with the Knight of Swords popping through, it seems like the further that we get along into something here, it's like we've set this marker for let me switch back over, Scorpio. Because it feels like that maybe we've set this marker for something, you know, we were gonna achieve this thing, and then once we got there, it was gonna be a win. You know, we're gonna feel large and in charge here, feel like, you know, that we made it. But it seems like maybe for some of you, maybe as we're learning more about this thing, we're starting to expand on this knowledge. We've been putting in this work, because the Knight of Swords he rules the first two decans of Aquarius and the last of Capricorns. And it just seemed like the more that we learned about this thing, the more that it's just like it wasn't what we were expecting. Or it's just like there's this, it's starting to maybe get into this place where it is maybe starting to affect our relationships possibly. You know, maybe this is like, you know, we're trying to prove to ourselves that this does have potential. Or very interesting, Scorpio. But you know, I say for if we've been really been feeling kind of hyper fixated on something here, Scorpio, and it's just like, if it's really starting to get you where you're in your head a lot, and it's got your getting to where it's throwing your emotions out of whack, or it's just like the more we dig, we seem to be digging ourselves a deeper hole here. I definitely would say, you know, I would never tell you anything what to do, Scorpio, but just with the Hermit being here, just maybe taking a moment and just pausing for a second, and let's just see, like, just kind of evaluate, like, where's our focus been maybe as of late, just with the Six of Pentacles, where have we been giving, are we getting back it's the same energy that we're giving in? Because let's say this almost gives to me, and I'm not saying this is the issue here, Scorpio, but it kind of reminds me of like a gambling thing, you know, where we're working on that kind of vice. Because I used to work in a casino, and it's very fascinating to see how that works sometimes, where it's like you're going for this jackpot, but in order to get this $100,000 jackpot, we've poured in $200,000, but it's because we've got that $100,000 that seems to have negated the fact that you see what I'm saying? So that's where it almost feels, but that's not where I feel like the energy is at per se, but that's the best example that I feel like what that kind of seems like. So if anything is starting to, I feel like, get out of hand here, Scorpio, or maybe we've just been feeling real disappointed with our investments as of late, or just something along those lines here. We're not feeling as successful, or or something as far along as we thought we were. I don't even say, like, because this could even be like maybe we're starting up a business, but I don't even feel like that would necessarily be like don't abandon it per se. It's just more so like maybe we need to redirect how we're investing in this thing. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, but I think I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. You know, or yeah, very interesting. And share this if maybe if you notice that someone just kind of, because it's tricky, Scorpio, but you're intuitive, very, very intuitive. And I feel that if there's someone maybe around us, if this isn't something that you're necessarily resonating with personally, maybe there's someone in our environment, that maybe is just kind of keeping this stuff bottled in, but if your Scorpio senses are tingling, I feel like I feel like a soft approach to just be like, hey, maybe we can go out to get something to eat. Let's catch up. Especially maybe it's like a person has been on your mind, or just like just like an inkling, but let's maybe share that. And if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button. You can get notified when I have these videos each week. And then if this is something maybe that we're resonating with, maybe something to help get into like a meditative state. I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, and as the group grows, definitely I can schedule different meditation times and things, and maybe we'll do like keeping it moving with the chariot, or I don't know, unlocking your potential with the stars, some making a wish with the stars, something like that. But definitely check that out, Scorpio. And then lastly, I tell you, you and Aries, popping out one of the hot tickets to come over to my other channel. Not that you need one, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. All right, so we got the Two of Cups here, Scorpio. And then while I'm shuffling for your Oracle card, with the Two of Cups, it almost feels like that things have gotten, I feel like for some of us, things have gotten maybe a little out of whack here. It's just like there's a need, I feel like, to just kind of reconnect with ourselves, to kind of maybe journey within and just kind of question what kind of path we've been on up until this point. Is this really getting us to this place of, where we're unlocking like our Emperor energy or not, or getting to that higher octave of ourselves, or it's very interesting energy, Scorpio. But if things aren't feeling harmonious in our lives, let me see what your Oracle card is. And lunar shenanigans. You got the new moon in reverse here. And that's kind of when I feel, Scorpio, because when you think about the new moon is a time for, and we actually just started with the new moon phase not too long ago. Just entered, I think it's because she's getting ready to move into Leo here soon, but we just had the new moon in Cancer not too long ago. Well, it started in Gemini, moved into Cancer energy, but if what we've maybe been investing in over, maybe this is between the last 30 days, or maybe it's been a few lunar cycles that have been going down, it seems like that if we've been waiting on this seed and it just hasn't been even showing any signs of, I don't know, Scorpio, it's just like if it's not showing the growth that you've wanted, or again, this could be like maybe a project, or maybe a relationship, or maybe a job, whatever this is. It just seems like, I don't feel like it's necessarily just, again, like just completely destroying something or anything like that. It just seems like it's like maybe just adjust a little bit. How do we pivot? Because once you start getting through the lunar phases, and we start getting towards the waxing phases, as it's increasing towards that full moon, it's like that energy of like, okay, we set this intention, we get geeked up, okay, we're working, oh, that's not working, okay, we got to throw this out, we tweak, and but it seems like that there's this, maybe the stubbornness that's going on here, Scorpio. So if any of that resonates with you, just kind of sit with that for a little bit. Just kind of do some meditation and see what kind of stuff maybe pop up for you. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there, especially if we've been working a lot or anything, let's try not to lead to this place of burnout or anything like that, Scorpio. And raise your vibration to the roof. You got Cancer energy here, lunar energy, doing some nurturing stuff. Two of Cups is very nurturing energy, doing some self-care, whatever that looks like. Maybe we're lighting some incense, maybe we're chilling outside, whatever that looks like, Scorpio. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.